Back to more racing action right after this.
Looking for a safe, effective cleaning system? Look no further. G-Tech Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers, certified by the EPA as a safer choice product. G-Tech can be used quickly and safely to remove soils and stains from most surfaces. Give them a call at 770-967-6988 or visit them on the web at buyGtech.com. G-Tech, 5346 BBS Way, Brazelton, Georgia. G-Tech, your one stop for professional, eco-friendly cleaning products. For tailgating activities or just plain backyard fun, look no further than Holio. Made to order cornhole bags and boards. No order is too large or too small. You can choose unfinished or finished with stain and polyurethane, and finished with a vinyl design or your company branding. Don't wait for the season to be over. Contact Holio on Facebook. Holio, made to order cornhole bags and boards.
Now back to trackside action with the ORR Lawn Care Truck Racing Series of the All-American Racing League.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia, for tonight's action from the Moonshine 175, race 13 in the Holio Cornhole Board Series 2022 season number 1 for the series. As we are live, like I said, from Martinsville, glad you can join us on the All-American Racing League family of broadcasting channel. My name is Nathan Christensen, and again, I'm happy to be here alongside no one tonight, unfortunately, but it's okay. We got a one-man band tonight, and we are looking forward to it. Let's hop down trackside as qualifying is underway, and we'll see if we can find anyone out there on the track. Looks like Dave Lerfano is out there, and he goes to the top of the board with a 2026 right now, so he's right now on provisional pole after lap number 1. Sean Purcell is also out there in his 04 Ford Mustang, as he's going to shut it down after lap number 1. But look at that, Christian Delgado jumps to the top of the board on his first lap with a 20.07. 20.07. And looks like the track's definitely slowed down from practice. We had some 19-second laps out there earlier in practice, but we got the track is slowed down. Why don't we jump on board here with Dave Hara and take a ride around as he completes lap number 1. And he goes to the top with a 19.960. As he's down the back straightaway on his second lap into turn number 3. Slowly makes his way through the apex and back on the gas hard out of turn 4 down to the start-finish line. He will be slower with a 21.20 that time by, and a couple guys left to make a qualifying attempt. A new driver here with the Xfinity Series, a Cup regular number 12 Ford of Corey Cheshire, out there right now as he works his way through turns 1 and 2, gets a little tight off the back straightaway, down the back straightaway, and into turns number 3 and 4. As he rolls out of turn number 4 down to the front straightaway and the start-finish line to complete lap number 1. He has a 20.63 as his lap time. 20.63 puts him right now in 7th fastest, and gets a little light and loose out of turn 2. Makes a little contact with the inside wall, but his first lap, I guess, will be the one of record as he gets a 20.63. So We have a tight field here based on our qualifying results as we are here from Martinsville Speedway. It looks like only about half a second separates the top four, and then just under a second back to the 9th place car, the 37 of Charlie Dickey. So it looks like everyone has completed their time trials, and we just wait here for the final few minutes of qualifying to tick off, as we have about a minute and a half left before the cars will grid up and go to battle for 175 laps around Martinsville. So while we have a couple seconds here, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
Back to more racing action right after this.
Looking for a safe, effective cleaning system? Look no further. G-Tech Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers, certified by the EPA as a safer choice product. G-Tech can be used quickly and safely to remove soils and stains from most surfaces. Give them a call at 770-967-6988 or visit them on the web at buyGtech.com. G-Tech, 5346 BBS Way, Brazelton, Georgia. G-Tech, your one stop for professional, eco-friendly cleaning products. For tailgating activities or just plain backyard fun, look no further than Holio. Made to order cornhole bags and boards. No order is too large or too small. You can choose unfinished or finished with stain and polyurethane, and finished with a vinyl design or your company branding. Don't wait for the season to be over. Contact Holio on Facebook. Holio, made to order cornhole bags and boards.
Now back to trackside action with the ORR Lawn Care Truck Racing Series of the All-American Racing League.
Well, welcome back to the Holio Cornhole Series, race number 13 from the Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia. 77 degrees Fahrenheit out there tonight, and a track length of about a half a mile roughly will be what we're dealing with tonight. So let's take a look here at the starting grid, if we can get that up on the screen. And tonight, starting from the pole, will be the Hillbilly Motorsports number 15 Chevrolet of Dave Hara. Outside of him, driving the number 13, the Reaper Racing number 13, Christian Delgado. Starting third, Hillbilly Motorsports teammate, driving the number 8 Toyota, we got David Lerfano. Outside of him, Dominion Motorsports owner and driver, Chad Snyder in the 28. Sean Purcell will go off from the 5th starting spot in the Purcell Sniper Motorsports entry. Larry Garnes, a third Hillbilly Motorsports driver, driving the 20, will go off 6th. Corey Cheshire out of Indiana will drive the number 12 car and start in 7th. Tyrone Yo in the TBG Racing number 2 Ford will start 8th. And Charlie Dickey will start 9th on the field in his Hammer Time Racing Toyota. As we get set to go, as we head out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway on what I believe is the second pace lap, as the field bunches up side by side, nose to tail. 4 rows deep as we get set to go, as they creep their way through. The restart zone is at the Geico restart zone. Original starts are on the iRacing starter green. So as we get ready to go out of turn number 4, we are racing from Martinsville Speedway. As we are clean and green and click off lap number 1 of the scheduled 175 laps distance, with David Hare jumping out to the early lead from his pole position, and Sean Purcell jumping up 1 spot into 3rd, which means Chad Snyder In fourth, Christian Delgado slipped back 3 starts on the opening lap and settles in fifth place. A lot of time ahead of us still, folks, as we work lap number 3. As we jump on inboard the Toyota number 8 of Dave Lafano as he looks to stalk down the 15 of Dave Hara down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. As we take a look now at the battle for third and fourth, with the 04 and the 26 respectively as they head down the back straightaway into turn 3. Right now it's Sean Purcell leading the way over Chad Snyder for the 4th spot, but back down the front straightaway they go as Dave Hara continues to lead the way here on lap number 6. I am having some issues behind the mics tonight, folk. Bear with me. We'll get through this together. So 175 lap race is the distance, and it's not, if we stay clean and green like we have so far, it's not going to take long to complete those laps, right? 20-second laps on average around this place, so we'll tick them off pretty quick as long as we remain clean, green, and heading forwards. As many of you know who follow along the series, race 13 is the first race in the championship round for the opening year of the Holio Cornhole Board Series. A lot at stake here. 4 drivers have a chance at the championship with the points reset that we did just after last week. We have Dave Lafano, Sean Purcell, Dave Hare, and Don Manning, who unfortunately is not able to join us tonight in the field. So pretty much eliminates him from championship contention, but leaves us with Lafano, Sean Purcell, and Dave Hare. Of those 3, the hottest driver in the series right now is that number 8 car of Dave Lafano. He's got 3 consecutive wins, all coming back to back to back to finish the second round and project him into a championship contender in these final 4, and maybe the guy right now to beat. But with that said, we cannot count out the 15 of Dave Hara, who's had a steady Eddie kind of season out there. Hasn't found victory lane yet this year, but he's raced 11 times and 6 top 5s and 11 top 10s so far on the year for Dave. And also the final contender we have is Sean Purcell. Came out of the gate quick, got 4 wins on the year so far, all coming in the regular season, but he's got 9 top 5s, 12 top 10s in all 10 starts. So 10 for 10 on the top 10 so far for the 04 of Sean Purcell. Let's take a look a little further back in the field. We got the 28 Dominion Motorsports Ford of Chad Snyder from Fredericksburg, Virginia. And he looks to maybe get a nose under the 04, but thinks better of it at this time. Still early, only 13 laps into this one. As we take another car back here. The 13 from Abilene, Kansas, the twitch.tv/Christian Boss 13 Ford of Christian Delgado out here making his second consecutive start. Ran with us early in the year. Joined us up in the booth for a few. Now back behind the wheel of that 13. Number 48 on your screen, but number 12 on the door side. The 12 is Corey Cheshire. Has run and been winning with the OR Lawn Care Truck Series. Picked up a victory at the Nashville Fairgrounds earlier this season, so knows his way around the short tracks, that's for sure. But his first start with us here in the Holio Cornhole Board Series, currently running in 6th position. The third teammate in the Hillbilly Motorsports Xfinity stable is the 20 of Larry Garnes out of Charleston, West Virginia. Drives the number 20 Stripe to Remember Lawn Care Chevrolet. Running in 8th right now from York, PA, is Tyrone Yo in his Halloween-themed. Happy Halloween, Tyrone says in his Ford. And then behind him in the number 37 Toyota from Canton, Georgia, you have Charlie Dickey running in 9th. But let's take a look back up front at Dave Hara, who continues to lead the way over his teammate Dave Lafano and Chad Snyder, who now has gotten by Sean Purcell. Let's see if we can find a replay of the pass here. We'll get it queued up, and we'll take a look at how Chad was able to get by Sean. Down the front straightaway, into turn number 1. Chad hard on the brakes and is able to keep it a little lower and gets a good run out of 2 as Sean gets into the wall a little bit, which lets Chad drive underneath him, and with the positioning on the bottom is able to slip up in front of the number 04. As we go back to live action on the track, as Chad Snyder, like I said, now up into the 3rd place as we work on lap number 19. He's fallen back about 3 3/4 seconds from Dave Hara, but still running in 3rd place. Great showing for that number 28 Dominion Motorsports Ford. Dave Lafano there in 2nd behind Hara, still running, patiently waiting, I think, to maybe make a move later in the run, or hopefully, or not hopefully for us, but hopefully for Dave, he doesn't slip up, Dave Hara, but that's what Dave Lafano is hoping for as they run down the front straightaway. That's the completion of lap number 20. Cars continue to run single file around the half-mile Martinsville Speedway as Dave Hara, Dave Lafano, Chad Snyder, Sean Purcell, and Christian Delgado lead the way. Let's jump behind the wheel with a lap around the Martinsville Speedway as we ride on board with Dave Hara. So that's a few laps around the tricky half-mile paperclip of Martinsville, Virginia's Martinsville Speedway. As we go back and take a look at the battle shaping up potentially up front between the two Daves. Let's take a look a little further back as Chad Snyder strongly in 3rd spot, about losing a little ground, 4.5 seconds behind the leaders right now, with Sean Purcell right behind him by about 3/4 second. Christian Delgado still holding strong in 5th. Corey Cheshire in 6th. Larry Garnes still in 7th. Tyrone Yo holds the 8th position strong, and Charlie Dickey rounding out our 9-car field as he works his way down to complete his 25th circuit. Won't be long now before the leaders get into the back markers here on about probably about lap 30, 31, 32. So we'll keep an eye on that as they draw in closer to the back markers. And before they get too close, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages from the sponsors of the All-American Racing League.
Back to more racing action right after this. With over 25 years experience, Lucky Dog Detailing offers the best of the best in vehicle reconditioning, fully licensed and insured. Their number one goal is customer satisfaction and developing a friendship with each job. Call them at 704-401-6075 or visit them on the web at luckydogdetailing.com. Lucky Dog Detailing, the best of the best in vehicle reconditioning. This race brought to you in part by Blue Gray Plastic Fabrication, repair, design, and fabrication of plastic holding tanks and plastic form products. With over 50 years of combined experience working in plastic fabrication, Blue Gray has achieved a reputation of one of the foremost custom fabrication leaders in the industry. Find them on the web at bluegrayplasticfab.com or call 704-226-7024 and get a quote for your next project. That's Blue Gray Plastic Fabrication. Now back to trackside action with the ORR Lawn Care Truck Racing Series of the All-American Racing League.
Welcome back to Martinsville, Virginia, home of the Martinsville Speedway and the Tricky Paperclip half-mile track. As we see Dave Hara has caught the back of the 9-car field. Charlie Dickey will be the first one. He tries to put a lap down. Let's jump on board the gyro cam and ride with Dave as he looks to make a pass here on Charlie Dickey to put him a lap down early on in this event. Looks to the inside, holds the bottom as Charlie in the middle, top groove, as Dave is able to get it done without issue and drives away from the 37 and sets his sights and target next on the 2. And Tyrone will do Dave a favor and kind of keep out of the way up in the top groove, and he will let Dave go by and continue on his merry way. While we are gone, Dave's managed to open up about a 1.7 second lead over the 8-car of Dave Lerfano, but still early on, 35 laps in the book, 140 still to go, so this one's not over yet, nowhere near being over, so we'll keep our eyes on that, and yeah, we'll keep riding along here. Let's see as Dave's able to get by these guys. I already passed Tyrone Yo, who's dropped back a spot. Charlie got by him there, and now Dave looks to make a move on Charlie here in the upcoming laps to not fall too far off the back bumper of the old 15 Chevrolet. Chad Snyder still out there riding around in third spot, about 6.7 seconds off the leader at this time. Sean Purcell is still holding on in fourth, being pressured by both Delgado and it looks like Corey Cheshire is drawing in on the back bumper. But up front, it's all Dave Hara out front right now, with David Lerfano able to get by Charlie Dickey to maintain his second spot and hopefully close in now on the leader, that they're clear of these lap traffic, this lap traffic early in this event. Let's put up our track map here just to kind of give you an idea where the cars are on the track. First and second just heading into turns 3 and 4, as third place is about a straightaway behind second place, and 4, 5, 6, 7 all right there together going down the back straightaway. So we head into the turn 1 camera as we watch the field go by. Tyrone Yo, Chad Snyder in third, Purcell, Delgado, Garnes, and Cheshire file by now. We'll flip over to the back straightaway camera and catch them at speed down the long, short back straightaway. We'll hop over into Digger Cam in turn number 3 and watch them go by from right down beside the track. Flip it back over to starter cam and see them complete their lap. So again, Dave Hara leading the way, opening up his lead a little further over David Lerfano. These guys will have to make a pit stop at some time in this race. I think the fuel mileage is anywhere from 110 to 120, I think, is the pit window. So at least one pit stop's needed. Obviously, they hope to keep it to 1. Cautions may dictate another pit stop is required, but as we've seen in the past handful of races, I think we've had 1 caution over the last 3 events. So wouldn't count on a caution helping anyone out, that's for sure, this week with only 9 cars and some clean racing in this first 43 laps. Hopefully we can continue to keep the clean racing going. As we'll take a look back here on this middle back group, Purcell, Delgado, Garnes, see how they're making out. I'm not sure how much it translates from one car to the other, but if you're interested, our All-American Racing League Truckers Series comes to Martinsville this Tuesday. You can get the link on our Facebook or YouTube channels to catch our broadcast over there on our sister network. But right now, these guys are turning laps in the Holio Series in these Holio Cornhole board cars. So Dave Hare out front driving away from Dave Lerfano's got about a 2-second lead over him and about 8 seconds behind Corey Cheshire in the number 12 car in front of him, as you can see there on the relative. But right now, he continues to lead the way. We work down the front straightaway as we approach the 50 lap mark, 49 complete. Dave gets a little bit of a push there high in the corner, not the optimal line, I don't think, but with a 2.8 second lead, it's got enough cushion there that he's able to make a small mistake here or there and not give the race away. And I think he actually lost about 2/10 of a second on that lap to Dave, but still holding court over everyone and then leading away and pulling away and what's to be looks like a dominant performance so far for the 15 on lap number 51. Oh, and we have a caution, as the 12 car is facing the wrong way on the front straightaway. He's able to get it turned back around and point it in the right direction, but this certainly will shake things up for the leaders and the rest of the field. Decision time, pit stop or no pit stop, as it looks like pits are open and the two leaders head on down pit road for stop number 1 here from Martinsville. So the two leaders pit, but the 26 and everyone else stays out. So interesting turn of events. This is going to put the 15 and the 8 at the back of the lead lap cars, obviously. Charlie Dickey, the 37, will get the wave around and join the tail end of the lead lap as our lucky dog. But Chad Snyder will inherit the lead. Unless, here they come down pit road now. Maybe the timing wasn't right and they didn't realize pit road was open. I'm not 100% sure. But the rest of the field is now down on pit road, which will cycle the 15 and the 8 back to the front of this one. So not exactly sure what happened. Maybe we can speak with one of these drivers post-race in our podium interviews, and they can let us know what transpired there. But obviously not ideal to pit the second time by, but I don't think they're going to lose any laps or much track position, as the leaders came in the first time by, these guys the second time by, so that's will keep them on the lead lap as they exit pit road. It looks like the 04 is able to win that small mini race off of pit road and get back in front of the 28 car. But back up front, it's the 15 of Dave Hare leading the way over the 8 of Dave Lerfano, who's going to have the outside starting front row spot. So not an ideal spot, I don't think, to start here at Martinsville, but he's going to have to use it because that's his only option. And then Sean Purcell will now start third behind Hera and Snyder on the outside of row 2 and 4th. Christian Delgado will get an inside starting spot here, row number 3, and then Larry Garnes will be outside him. Charlie Dickey in 7th, back on the lead lap, will start at the tail end of the longest line, which leaves Corey Cheshire and Tyrone Yo in the last double file row in front of Charlie, who's back on the lead lap. So it looks like we're doubling up. That means the white flag's out. The lights on the caution car are off, and it looks like we'll be coming back to the green flag from Martinsville, and we'll see if these pit stops are able to shake up this field and get these guys a better chance of getting back up to Dave Hara. As you see, the caution car drops to the infield to the safety of pit road. They roll side by side through turns 3, out of turn 4. Flagman Mr. Barney has the green flag in hand, and we are back racing from Martinsville. Dave Hara gets the jump. Lorfano gets a little high in the corner. Sean Purcell's able to drive by him, and it looks like we have a battle for fourth place on the track as Christian Delgado looks to the inside of Chad Snyder. Lots of good racing right now on this restart. Obviously, that's will make for a little bit better racing as they're side by side into turn number 1. Christian Delgado on the bottom, Chad Snyder on the outside, and they still run side by side down the back straightaway. Looks like Christian was able to get a good run on the bottom and get the drive back up to the top and take away Chad's outside line. So that moves Christian into fourth, back up one position from where he was running prior to the caution. But back up front, Dave Hara leads the way now over the 04 of Sean Purcell instead of the 8 of Dave Lafano, who's back into third spot. With Christian Delgado, Chad Snyder, Charlie Dickey now up to 6th, as Larry Garns has dropped back one spot to the 7th after that restart. Working lap number 60 of 175 as Dave Lorfano stalks the back end of the 04. As they go off into turn number 3 and 4, we ride on the nose cam of Dave Lorfano, who's looking to get back by the 04 before the 15 of Hara gets too far away. But he's having a tough time. Not an easy place to pass, obviously, here. I got to kind of hope for maybe a little bit of a mistake out of your fellow competitor to use that to your advantage. But still struggling to get by, but we're going to continue to ride on board here. Let's jump to the left front suspension cam of Dave as we ride on board. He's still right there on the back bumper, but not enough to get by. Ooh. That's going to make someone sick. Stay on this camera. Or what we can do is we can ride on this one and take a different look back from the 04 at Dave, trying to track him down and try to make that move on the inside. Gets a good run on entry. Gets turned down underneath. But Sean kind of comes down a little and takes away his line and kills the momentum Dave had built up there. So these guys aren't going to give up easily. They're going to fight it out here as we run on lap number 65 of 175. 110 laps to go. So if there's no cautions, I feel pretty comfortable that these guys should be able to make it to the end, I think. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully no more cautions come out. Actually, while we speak of that, let's take a look here and see if we can find what caused the original caution. Take a look here at the 12 car coming out of turn number 4. Just gets on the gas, gets loose and spins it around, locks the tires, makes a little inside contact with the wall, but is able to not get too much damage and pull away and let the guys by before he takes them out. And that was what brought out the first caution here from Martinsville. As we continue to work here from Martinsville Speedway down the back straightaway into turn 1 and 2, that is. Now down the back straightaway, it's the 15 of Hara, the 04 of Purcell, and the 8 of Lorfano. Past Digger Cam and off of turn number 4 they come. Still the 15 over the 04 and the 8 up front. Use your top 3 So the 3 championship contenders showing the way here at the midpoint almost of this event. And Dave Harris still dominating performance led. I'm not sure if Chad was able to lead a lap under caution with the pit stalls being so far down pit road. I think he might have led one. If not, Dave Harris led all the way. Oh, we got Sean getting way tight, opening the door wide open for Lafano as he's able to drive it by on the low side. Let's see if he can make it stick and slide up in front of the 04. So far, no luck, but the 04 shoves it up a little bit. There on exit, and Lafano is able to get back by and grab the second spot away from the 04 of Sean Purcell. Let's take a ride here and take a look at that replay as they see how he gets able to get by. So Sean goes in, just overcooks it, over-rotates it, pushes way up. Lafano leaves Cizo open door, drives through it, and then battles him down the back straightaway and in through turns 3 and 4 he goes, holding that low line and just enough momentum and the better line off lets him jump into the second position. So Christian Delgado currently in 4th place. Chad Snyder, after losing a spot on the pit stops and a spot after the green flag came back out, is back into 5th spots. Larry Garnes is able to get back by Larry Dickey to take over the 6th spot. Charlie Dickey currently running in 7th, the last car on the lead lap, with Tyrone Yo out there running in 8th, and Corey Cheshire on pit road with some mechanical difficulties. We'll jump on board and ride on board with the 8 of Dave Lafano from Poland, Maine for a couple laps here as we'll go see what it's like trying to track down your leader, Dave Hara. So as we ride around, we can see that Dave Lafano is able to get a good drive into the corner, make up some ground, but then Hillbilly's acceleration off the corner is so much better right now than Dave's that's he's opening up. He's gaining back what Dave got him on entry, plus a little bit more every time off the corner. So definitely Dave has it figured out, and what line, that's Hillbilly Dave has figured out what line is working best for him and helping his car get around this place. As we look at the running order, it looks like Chad Snyder was able to get back by the 13 of Christian Delgado. Let's see if we can get a replay of that pass on track. Here we go. We got it all queued up. So Chad Snyder. Oh, looks like Christian got into the curb on corner exit. That kind of slowed him down and opened the door for Chad, who was able to drive deep on the inside, maintain that bottom line as Christian pushed up a little, and Chad was able to drive by him, and under him, and by him. So now Chad back up into 4th, where he started, about 1 spot back from where he was running prior to the caution. So there's your 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th place battle, as it looks like Chad's not going to try to get back by the 04, who stole a spot away from him on the race off of pit road. So Sean Purcell now in 3rd, but it's got some stiff competition behind him in the likes of the Dominion Motorsports 28 of Chad Snyder and Christian Delgado in his number 13 Ford. So all these guys still looking pretty racy. Couple different lines. You can see them running. Christian got a little high and tight. Larry thought it was a good opportunity to try to make a pass, but thought better of it, and he pulled out and continues to drive behind him. Now Larry gets into the curb a little on mid-corner there, corner exit, and drops back a little bit. But still right there as we got 3 cars battling it out for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Let's jump back up to Dave. The Dave and Dave show up front. It's right now. It's Dave Hare leading the way over Dave Lerfano out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Down through 3 and 4 to complete lap number 87. Working on 88 this time around. And we're going to take you on board the number 15 of Dave Hare for a couple more laps around Martinsville Speedway. unfortunate incident between the 13 and the 20 there, as we saw a few minutes ago. The 13 has ended up down one lap, so not ideal. But Larry Garn stayed out and didn't come down pit road on this cycle, so he pitted on lap number 53. So we'll see how that fares. Obviously, I think newer tires are always better tires for the most part, but I think this puts maybe the advantage right now into the hands of the 04, although we'll see how good of a start the 20 car can get. Obviously, being on the bottom is what you want. It's the line that has the advantage here on restarts most of the time, but with the 04 being stuck behind a car that didn't take any tires and didn't come down pit road, that could make it not a good position to be in. So that could leave Dave Hara back in the perfect spot to try to get a good jump on the 20, the 04, and the 8 there in third and fourth. So the caution car will turn left, hard left down the safety of pit road. They roll through turns 3 and 4. We'll head on over to Barney Cam for a great view of the restart, and Barney blocks the cars. Green flag is back out, and you could see Larry spin the tires on the restart, but he was able to get away and get in front. Now this is where I said the 04 has the advantages. We got another caution. We have a caution for the 28 of Chad Snyder making hard contact with the inside wall. Looked like there was a little contact between him and the 8 of David Lerfano. So let's take a look here. We'll go back and have a quick view of this. So they come down and get the green flag on the restart. Let's take a look at, see just some contact, I think, unfortunate contact between the 8 and the 28. It's kind of the same spot that it happened to the 13 of Delgado when he got in it. So just watch. I think we've watched from this angle. The 8 gets a great run on the 15, so he's got to woe up. And then the 20 gets a good run on Lerfano, and he's got to woe up. And there's just not enough room for all those cars coming out of the corner. And it ends up, the end result is the 26 getting into the inside wall. So let's go here. Let's take a look here. The Rebellion's graphics 28. Yeah. Dave just comes down, gets into Chad, and Chad gets into the wall. Thankfully, he should have a fast repair left. He hasn't had any issues where he would have had to use them. He stays on the lead lap by the looks of it. So that's if there's a win in this situation for Chad, it's that he was able to come down pit road, get his fast repair, and stay on the lead lap. But back up front, as it looks like Larry has come down pit road, so that'll shake things up back up front again. That'll put the 04 of Sean Purcell on the point with the 15 of Dave Hara outside of him, and that'll move the 8 to the inside, and then Charlie Dickey up into 4th on the outside of Dave Lerfano. And with that caution, following directly after that last caution, Christian was the lucky dog recipient that time, is able to get his lap back, so he'll join the lead lap. And we'll have all our cars except for the 12 of Corey Cheshire on pit road. We'll all be on the lead lap, as we should go back green around lap 105. This time by the line. The caution lights go out on the pace truck. They're doubling up, which means we should be coming back to green this time by. So Charlie Dickey up on the outside of the second row was a little late getting to his position, but he's in there now. The field bunches up. Off of turn number 4, we go back to Barney starter Cam. The green flag is out, and Sean Purcell leads him off into turn number 1. Gets a good jump over Dave Hare with Dave Lurfano now running in third. Down the back straight out of turn number 2. It's still Sean Purcell leading the way over Dave Hare and Dave Lurfano. So Dave Hare now in second spot's going to have to play a little bit of offense here and see if he can make that 15 the quicker car and get back by the 04. Based on the way Dave was running earlier, he was kind of running a line that wasn't the best for passing people, using a couple lanes, but it was the best one for him to lead the race. But you can definitely tell he's eager and aggressive to get this lead back from the 04 car. Let's jump on board and ride along with Dave in the 15 to see if he can get this lead back here in the middle portion of this event. So far, Sean's able to pretty much hold him off to this point. Dave gets a little bit up on the curve there, gets a little out of shape, but's able to collect it and keep on keeping on. Oh no, Sean gets way in too hot, loses it. Able to keep it going in the right direction, but loses 3 spots, maybe 4 to the 28. But that puts Dave Hare back on point with Dave Lurfano in second now. So let's go back here and take a look at what happened to Sean here on his entry into 1. So as we take a look off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, just gets into the corner too hard, locks it up. The back end kind of starts to slide around, opens the door wide open. Able to hold on to it and not come back down across the other cars, but drops back down to 4th spot. So Sean Purcell now back in 4th spot outside the top 3. Again, like he was a little bit earlier in this race, as we continue to click off laps, as we couldn't count lap number 111 on the board, working on lap number 112. I think we're going to take our third commercial break of the race. We will be right back after these commercial messages.
Back to more racing action right after this.
Looking for a safe, effective cleaning system? Look no further. G-Tech Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers, certified by the EPA as a safer choice product. G-Tech can be used quickly and safely to remove soils.
Developing a friendship with each job. Call them at 704-401-6075 or visit them on the web at luckydogdetailing.com. Lucky Dog Detailing, the best of the best in vehicle reconditioning. This race brought to you in part by Blue Gray Plastic Fabrication. Repair, design, and fabrication of plastic holding tanks and plastic form products. With over 50 years of combined experience working in plastic fabrication, Blue Gray has achieved a reputation of one of the foremost custom fabrication leaders in the industry. Find them on the web at bluegrayplasticfab.com or call 704-226-7024 and get a quote for your next project. That's Blue Gray Plastic Fabrication. Now back to trackside action with the ORR Lawn Care Truck Racing Series of the All-American Racing League.
Welcome back to Martinsville Speedway, Martinsville, Virginia. The Moonshine 175, part of the Holio Cornhole Board Series 2022 season. Season number 1 for this series, brand new series, brand new to the All-American Racing League family, a well-developed Cup League and a Truck League, both in the Cup League is in its 4th or 5th season. The Truck League just in the middle of season number 3. But as we were on board there with Drone Cam, as we were away, keeping an eye on the 15 and the 8 out front, a little bit unchallenged right now as Charlie Dickey still holds 3rd, Sean Purcell 4th, Larry Garns 5th, Christian Delgado 6th, Tyrone Yo 7th, and Chad Snyder had some more difficulties after his accident earlier on. Let's take a look, see what happened to Chad, see if we can see anything in this replay. So, guess he didn't have. Oh, he just gets punted by the 04, unfortunately, there. Going into corner number 1. So, not exactly his own doing. Unfortunately, 0 for 2 on being involved in something that wasn't his fault. Let's take a look here from a different angle as we'll go chase cam on the 04 and see if he how much contact they make. Down. Oh, just got on the brakes earlier than Sean expected. Unfortunately, Sean wasn't able to get the car woed up in time and got into the back of the 26, and around he went. So, unfortunate turn of events for Chad in the 28 car. Obviously, didn't have a fast repair left because he was missing a front bumper, so it makes me think that last accident didn't have a fast repair. So, wonder if because of the no front bumper there was more extensive damage than there would have been if he still had a front bumper, as he continues to sit on pit road here while the rest of the field clicks off lap number 122, working on 123 down the back straightaway, and it continues to be the strongest car in the field leading the way. Dave Hara over Dave Lorfano and Sean Purcell, who's back up into that third spot. He was able to get back by Charlie Dickey, and let's take a look there at that pass and see how he was able to get back into third. So down into 1 and 2. Looks good so far. Charlie just looks to have a tight car next. Had to get way out of the gas, which slowed him way up and opened the door for both the 0-4 of Sean Purcell and the 20 of Larry Garnes. So that's how they got back by Dickey. Dickey had a mistake out of 2, got way out of the gas, had to woe it up to get it back under control. But back up front, Dave Hara continues to lead the way over Dave Lorfano. He hasn't pulled out to quite the advantage as he had in previous runs up front, but and as I say that, he goes way up the track, opening the door for the 8 car to make a move, and wasn't able to capitalize too far back, but now he's trying to get in there on the bottom, but Dave Hillbilly shuts the door on entry into 3, but that's going to have a slow drive off of 4 as they head down the front straightaway back into turn 1 and 2. So he missed his marks last time in 1 and 2. That time he wasn't too bad. He hit them, I think, where he likes to hit them, and maintains the lead down the back straightaway. As we jump on board the turn 1 camera, as we watch these guys go through, jump to the turn 2 camera and watch the exit. Flash over to the backstretch camera, hit up the turn 3 camera on exit. Quick view from the digger cam in turn number 3. We're going to watch them exit from behind in turn number 4 as Dave Lorfano takes the lead. Dave Hara had a bad corner down in 3 and 4, and Dave Lorfano saw the door open and drove on through it. Let's go and see if we can get a better replay than the camera view we just had. Apologize for that, but here we go. We are going to see the pass for the lead. Dave Hara and Dave Lorfano down the back straightaway into turn 3. Dave just misses his marks and gets high, opening the door for the 8, who drives right on by. But it looks like while we were away watching that, Dave Hara was able to pass Dave Lorfano back. So we'll flip over to the next replay and we'll see what happened here. Down the front straightaway, the 15 is behind the 8, but the 8 goes into the corner way too high, misses his entry point, opening the door for the 15, and lets the 15 right back by him. So, man, back and forth battle up front, a couple passes right there in a lap and a half. But the result is the 15 still out front. It looks like he's getting a little tighter through the middle of the corner and having a hard time hitting his exit mark and getting that drive off the corner like he was in earlier in the race. That time out of 2, he definitely hit his marks and got a good launch out of the corner. But these guys are kind of on their own little island, about 6 seconds out front of Sean Purcell in third. Larry Garnes, that is about 7 seconds back, and then they'll be 10 seconds back to Charlie Dickey. Through 3 and 4, back on the front straightaway to complete lap number 133. as we work our way towards the end of this one. 133 in the books, coming a complete 134, put up 135, and 41 laps to go from Martinsville that time across the line. And we're going to take one last commercial break before we bring it home to the end of the Moonshine 175. So we'll be right back after these commercials.
Action right after this. This race brought to you in part by Johnny Arnson Designs. Fine jewelry creations for 3 generations. Appointments are recommended. You can call 517-669-1944. Once again, that's 517-669-1944. John E. Arnson Designs, 209 South Bridge Street, DeWitt, Michigan. John E. Arnson, creating and designing unique jewelry since 1957.
Is your vehicle looking a little tired? It's Resurrection Detail to the rescue. No job too large or small, Resurrection Detail is ready to put your vehicle back in the spotlight. Take advantage of Resurrection Detail's mobile service and get a service call done on your time. Call 540-894-6411 for estimates and appointments, or simply direct message them on Facebook. Resurrection Detail, bring your vehicle back from the dead.
Now back to trackside action with the ORR Lawn Care Truck Racing Series of the All-American Racing League.
Well, welcome back to Martinsville Speedway. Dave Harris still continues to lead the way over Dave Lurfano, and Larry Garns was able to get by Sean Purcell while we were away at commercial, so we're going to hop on to a different camera view and take a look at this replay and see how Larry got it done. So off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, the 0-4 just drives it in again a little too hard. Same thing that got him in trouble earlier. The 20 was able to keep it on the bottom and get right by him and put the Purcell 0-4 back a spot. So now Larry Garns will fall into third spot. It looks like we're going to have a caution on the field. Caution is out, as it looks like the 13 of Christian Delgado gets around and has some problems. So caution is out. Caution is out. Let's see if we can find a replay of what happened to Christian. 1 second. So let's cue this up and see what we got. Oh, down the front straightaway. Christian just overcooks his entry, gets in way too hot, and gets it up into the outside wall. Unfortunate event for Christian there. Not too much damage, it looks like, but enough to bring out the caution with the car stopped on track. So we're back to live action. Looks like everybody came down pit road, so everyone is on pit road and making pit stops here. What should be the final pit stops of the race, I think. This will be their third pit stop, which means that they are out of new tires. Everyone gets 3 sets of tires, and now that they've made 3 pit stops, looks like they're out of tires. So this will be it. This will be the dash to the end. And from what I can see, it looks like Larry was able to beat Dave Lurfano off of pit road. So Larry gains a spot on pit road, or did Dave let him get that spot on pit road to start third? Only Dave will know that. But maybe a little bit of not mind games, but a little bit of trickery, getting Larry to have to start on that outside, giving Dave a better shot with that inside line. Like I said, on most restarts, the inside line is the place to be here at Martinsville, and it seems to get the best run and best jump. But let's reset the field here on lap number 144. Dave Hara still continues to lead the way like he's done for most of the evening. Larry Garns is in second right now. Dave Lurfano came out of pit road third. Sean Purcell back into fourth position. Charlie Dickey in fifth. Tyrone Yo is running in sixth. Christian Delgado is the last car on the track, currently running in the 7th spot. So we'll jump back up to the leader here and ride on, watch him. I think this time out of turn 4, we might see the white flag and the double up given to the field to get those cars side by side. Yep, there it goes. The caution light is off. Starter Barney gives him the side-by-side signal as we are getting set to go back to racing with lap 146 of 175 in the books. And it's the 4th caution of the event, which means we're going to have another restart. And the restarts have been pretty good here, the past couple restarts. So the caution car takes it to the safety of pit road. Leaves the field in the hands of the 15. We'll jump up on top of the starter stand with Barney. We'll wait. Green is out, and Dave Hara gets a huge jump going into turn number 1. Dave Hara leads it off, and Dave Lafano uses that bottom groove to get back by Larry Garnes and brings the 04 Sean Purcell with him up into 3rd. So now it's Hara, Lafano, Purcell, Garnes back to 4th, unfortunately, from his outside 2nd row starting spot. Dickey holding strong in 5th. Christian Delgado running in 6th still after his 2 incidents, one of some contact with the 8 of Lafano and then one on his own, unfortunately. So with 28 coming to 27 to go, the top 7 cars on all 7 cars on track, I should say, continue to stay on the lead lap and click off laps here as we come down the back straightaway. Down through 3 and 4. Dave Hara continues in his dominant fashion here from Martinsville as he gets off for the corner and down back into turn 1 with 26 laps to go from the Moonshine 175. Let's take a look at the lap times compared to the leader as we complete one lap 150. So both 2nd and 3rd place titch quicker than Hara that time by, but Hara still with the at least half-second lead over Lafano, and Sean Purcell falling back into the midst of the 20 of Larry Garnes, looking to get back onto a podium position. They complete lap number 51. Dave Hara is the fastest car of the 3 that time around, so found his groove that time, almost a tenth to 2 tenths quicker, almost 3 tenths that is, over Purcell in 3rd. I think the battle we're going to see here shape up potentially is that battle for 3rd spot, as Larry Garnes was able to get by Sean earlier because of a mistake Sean made. So maybe Larry's hoping for another one, or it's got a big move up his sleeve here late in the race. Take a look high atop from the top of the tower as they roll down turns into turn 1. Larry closes the door, but Sean gets a good run off, which keeps Larry's attack at bay. But as I say that, Sean didn't get the best run off, and Larry was able to keep with him and didn't lose any ground that time. So maybe he's able to gain a little bit here into 3 and 4. Jump to the nose cam on the number 20 Chevrolet. Down into turn 1 and 2. Stock in the back of the 04. Great run off that time for Sean. Gets a little bit loose, but not enough to make any contact with the wall or lose any ground. As we're going to jump up one car, but go to the gear cam. The rear end cam on the old 04 machine. Drives it in through 3 and 4. Larry gets a great run in, but like usual, Sean gets a great run off. So we're keeping an eye on this battle, but meanwhile up front it's been still all Dave Hara as he comes to 19 laps to go here from Martinsville. He leads the way over 8 tenths of a second over Lafano, and then it's 2 1/4 seconds back to Sean Purcell, and almost 3 seconds back to Larry right now. So Dave so far has him covered. He's only been out of the lead for maybe 10 laps, if not a little less. So still a good showing here for Dave, and he's got this well in control and well on his way to picking up a victory here, his first victory of the year in the Holio Cornhole series. So that's exciting for Dave. I know he's been trying hard and putting in the time, getting some practice laps. I know they practiced earlier today and trying to get the best they can out of these cars, and it looks like his practice earlier today paid off as he leads the way and down the front straightaway with 16 laps to go. Looks like Larry Garnes has got the inside on Sean Purcell. He goes off, drives it off into the inside of turn number 3 and 4. Kenny Holdy, he's got the bottom, still got the bottom. Sean's able to get back by him and power into the low groove into 1. So Larry had a good line on him, had a good chance to get by him, just wasn't able to complete the pass, unfortunately, at that point. So back up front, we continue to keep an eye on the 15 of Dave Hillbilly Hara. Second right now is Dave Lorfano, where he spent most of his race. And then the 04, Sean Purcell, after getting back by Larry Garnes, who's running in 4th. Charlie Dickey, a strong run in the 5th spot, but Christian Delgado there is battling on his back bumper, trying to get a top 5 finish here from Martinsville. So let's jump back to the front and down the back straightaway. We'll keep an eye on the 15 car as he continues to lead the way. We'll jump to drone cam. Everyone loves a good drone shot now and then. Out of turn number 4, comes across the line. And I can tell you, Charlie Dickey has lost a spot to Christian Delgado, so let's go see if we can get a replay of the pass that got Christian a top 5 position. So just a great run into turn number 3, it looks like, on the bottom. Charlie knew he was down there, so he kind of held the middle top lane. And unfortunately not the quickest way around, and Christian was able to get back by him. And into corner 1, obviously with the bottom line as the advantage, able to drive by and hold on to that spot. But back up front with just under 10 laps to go, Dave Hara continues to lead the way, this time by 9 to go for the 15 blue gray plastics number 15 Chevrolet Camaro. Coming up to 5 laps to go for the 15 of Dave Hillbilly Hara. This time through 3 and 4, you'll see the starter. High 5 in the air. 5 to go from Martinsville. All he's got to do now is hit his marks and keep his nose clean, and no lap cars in front of him, no pressure from Dave behind him, so he's sitting pretty. He's in a good spot here to bring this one home. 4 laps to go. Time by, exits turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, it looks like Sean Purcell's had some more difficulty as he gets passed by both Larry and Christian. Let's take a look here at a replay quickly, possibly. Just overcooks it into the one, gets way up out of shape, and that opens the door for the 20 car. But let's back live as we see the white flag in the air for Dave Hara. Final lap for the 15 machine through turns 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, under a half mile away from his first Holio Cornhole Board Series win of the season. Through 3 and 4, checkered flag is in the air from starter Barney. There it is. Dave Hara picks up his first win in the Holio Cornhole Board Series and couldn't pick a better time to do it as he wins the opening race of the championship round of the 2022 season. Coming in second was Dave Lurfano. Third is Larry Garnes. Christian Delgado in fourth, and Sean Purcell after his mishap rounds up in the top in fifth. Charlie Dickey sixth. Tyrone Yo seventh. Oh. All right, let's see if we can get a word from our top three. 1 second here. See if we can figure out how to work this thing. Hey Larry, it's Nathan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Hey Larry, how are you tonight? Great third place finish. Got by there, Sean, in the last couple laps. You kind of made a couple mistakes. You're able to get by him and secure a podium finish from Martinsville.
Yeah, it was tough, Sean. Them little mistakes, man, I barely got it. And of course, he made one earlier, and I got beside of him, and we actually raced side by side there for a while. And yeah, that was tough, but it was definitely fun.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get it on the podium for a Hillbilly Motorsports top 3. Anyone you want to thank for helping you get here tonight?
Well, of course, I definitely got to thank Hillbilly Motorsports. Actually, Hillbilly helped me out there last night and helped me find some speed, and that's pretty much it. And these guys and everybody I race with, man, these guys are all fun to race with.
All right, thanks, Larry. We'll see you on Sunday night maybe for the truck race.
Yeah, we'll see if we can make it out there.
Sounds good. All right, that was Larry Garnes, your third place finisher. We'll see if we can track down Dave Lurfano, driver of the number 8 Toyota. Hey, Dave, it's Nathan up in the booth. How are you tonight?
Hey, not bad.
Pretty solid performance for you tonight. Second place overall. It's behind your teammate Dave Hara, who looked like he had the field covered from pretty much the drop of the green flag.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That thing was on a rail tonight. So I could stick with him, on the early part of the run. I think that would have been my best chance, but long run he'd just pull away. So congrats to him. Congrats to Larry. HMS top 3. We'll take that.
That's it. Does running these races help you any in the Cup race coming up next Tuesday from Martinsville?
I would like to think so. Just that rhythm. This is such a rhythm track. So if anything, just getting more comfortable with the rhythm of everything, and 2 totally different cars. But I think it'll help a little bit going into next Tuesday. All
right. Thanks a lot, Dave. It's sad to see your 3-race win streak end, but I guess if it's going to happen, I guess having it happen to Dave isn't the worst that could happen.
Yeah, no, I'd like to get that 4 in a row, but to lose it to a teammate, and he was class of the field, so he deserves it.
All right. Thanks again, Dave, and we'll see you on Sunday night from the truck broadcast.
All right, thanks.
All right, that was Dave Lurfano, your second place finisher, and now the winner in picking up his first win of the season in his first Holio Cornhole Board Series win. We'll talk to Dave Hillbilly Hara. Hey Dave, it's Nathan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4. I got you, Nathan. How's it going, man?
Good, thanks. Congratulations on the big win. Obviously, you had the car to beat tonight from the drop of the green. That thing was on rails. Congrats.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm a little disappointed. The car was terrible all night. It just wouldn't make any speed. No, man. And that was awesome to get to pole. So that's some valuable points here in the last round, first race, the last round of the playoffs here for the championship, and to finally get a win in the Holio Cornhole Board Series was pretty awesome. I think we led the most laps by far, I believe, tonight. It was fast. This car was awesome.
Hopefully you can carry some of the momentum over to the Cup car next Tuesday from Martinsville. I just was talking to Dave Lerfano, and he said hopefully the rhythm and getting all these 175 laps in helps build some rhythm for next week. Obviously cars are different, but a little bit should translate over. Yeah, absolutely. And before I get going too far, I want to congratulate Larry Garnes on a podium finish and David Lerfano, both teammates over at Hillbilly Motorsports. I'd like to congratulate those guys for their finishes, the effort we put in practice as a team, learning together. I know Dave's actually a different team here in the satellite team here in the Holio Cornhole Series, but still awesome. But yeah, man, Truckers Feed America Series on Tuesday night, getting the next gen car. I like this track, obviously. It's my favorite. I like flat tracks, period. And this one really played into my hands tonight. All right, well, again, congratulations. Certainly picked a good time to win your first one. Like you said, opening race of the last championship round. So, again, we'll see you on the back behind the mic, hopefully, this Sunday night, and then we'll see you on the track next Tuesday from Martinsville. Yeah, without a doubt. Real quick, I'd like to give a shout-out to all my teammates at Hillbilly Motorsports, including yourself, sir. We get together and figure these things out and try to figure out how to run these fixed setups the best we can. I'd like to thank Blue Gray Plastic Fabrication, as always, for being on the car in both this series and in the Cup Series. I'd like to thank All-American Racing League, Holio Cornhole Bags and Boards for the series sponsorship. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for creating a legend. And that's it, man. I'd like to thank you for doing the broadcasting this week. No problem. Here to help, and I'm glad to see you finally get the win. And like I said, we'll see you on Sunday, and we'll see you next week from Martinsville. Thanks again, Dave. All right, man. Take care. See ya. There you go. Interviews with the top 3 drivers from tonight's Holio Cornhole Board Series Moonshine 175 from Martinsville. Let's pop up the final results here on the screen and take a look. So like we talked to Dave Hara, the big winner tonight by 4 seconds over Dave Lerfano and Larry Garnes, a Hillbilly Motorsports sweep of the top 3. Christian Delgado is able to clamber back from 2 mishaps to finish in 4th. Sean Purcell, after a late race incident with getting a little too tight on entry and just getting up into the wall, is able to finish in 5th. Charlie Dickey in 6th. Tyrone Yo 7th. And DNF's non-finishers tonight, Chad Snyder in his 28 after a good solid run early in the night, and Corey Cheshire in his first event with us here in the Holio Cornhole Board Series. And Brian Tiffany joined us tonight for some practice, getting the feel for these cars. Another new driver with us here in the field, trying out the series tonight. So again, folks, we just want to thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week here on Thursday night. I'm just going to check the schedule before I say something wrong, as we go from the smallest track that we race at to the biggest. The 2.66 mile Talladega Superspeedway will be home to the Holio Cornhole Board Series next Thursday evening. Green flag for qualifying drops at 8:30. Green flag on the feature and main event drops around 8:35-ish. Join myself here in the booth, and we'll see who else we can get up here, if we can get anyone. If not, you'll have to put up with me for a little longer. But thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Make sure you tune in to the All-American Racing Network's TV broadcast this Sunday of the Or Lawn Care Truck Series. And for me, Nathan, signing off, and have a great evening.
Back to more racing action right after this. This race brought to you in part by Johnny Arnson Designs. Find jewelry creations for 3 generations. Appointments are recommended. You can call 517-669-1944. Once again, that's 517-669-1944. John E. Arnson Designs, 209 South Bridge Street, DeWitt, Michigan. John E. Arnson, creating and designing unique jewelry since 1957.
Is your vehicle looking a little tired? It's Resurrection Detail to the rescue. No job too large or small, Resurrection Detail is ready to put your vehicle back in the spotlight. Take advantage of Resurrection Detail's mobile service and get a service call done on your time. Call 540-894-6411 for estimates and appointments, or simply direct message them on Facebook. Resurrection Detail, bring your vehicle back from the dead.
Now back to trackside action with the ORR Lawn Care Truck Racing Series of the All-American Racing League.